For the second day, a series of deadly tornadoes also struck Oklahoma. Now look at this incredible video captured Tuesday as a violent tornado grabs hold of a tractor trailer, tears it apart. We are joined now live by the driver of that truck. Jeremiah Morrison survived with no serious injuries. Jeremiah, it is so good to see you, and we know that you have some scrapes and bruises and broken bone in your arm, but how are you this morning?
I'm just fine, man. I'm a little sore, but pretty good for how it could have been, I guess.
Absolutely. We saw that big smile you had on your face earlier. So, okay, you're going down I-40. You see the tornado ahead of you. You pull over because you think it's going to jump the interstate. What was going through your mind when you saw that it was headed your way?
Well, actually, I saw the tornado and it looked like it was going to go directly across I-40. So I was going to get out of my truck and get down in a ditch. And when I basically stepped halfway out of the truck, I looked up and it looked like the tornado went back up in the clouds. So I thought, well, okay, I'm in the clear. So for some reason I got back in my truck, tried to buckle my seatbelt, and I almost had it buckled when I felt the passenger side of my truck getting picked up off the ground. And I kind of closed my eyes and put my hands over my face and went to bouncing around in the cab. And I'm not real sure if I blacked out or not. I know that I was laying on my back. And I jumped up and ran around the truck and went to tend to a vehicle behind me. And I realized I lost my boot in the cab of the truck. But that's pretty much the experience.
Well, that is quite an experience, and you explain it so well. And when we keep seeing the video, it's like just went right around the cab just about and hit behind you. So when you got up, you must have just, like everybody else, said, what in the world? How did this happen?
Yes, ma'am. Nearest I can figure, it looks to me like when the tornado came through, the wind actually knocked my truck and trailer over to the side on the passenger side, and then the tornado came and got the trailer and spun it back around to my driver's side and actually picked the truck back up. But when it was, I believe when it was on the side is when I went through the passenger side glass on the door because I was out on the ground.
And another part of this amazing story, this was all being aired live on local television. Your family is watching, including your dad, recognizes that it's your truck. When were you able to get in touch with them and tell them you were all right?
It's kind of weird because when this all happened, first thing I did was try to find my cell phone. I grabbed my cell phone. I had to call my boss. That was my #1 call, and told him, what was going on. He later thought I was joking, and then his wife told him to turn on the news and found out I wasn't joking, and they started heading up that way. But my dad saw it, and he tried to call my girlfriend, and she was asleep, and my phone battery was actually dying, so I was trying to call who I could, and the first responder showed up really quickly, and he was trying to check me out, and he was kind of getting aggravated that I was trying to get on the phone to tell everybody I was okay, and he said, well, could you just hang on a second, and I said, man, my battery's fixing to die. And then Brandy, my girlfriend, called, and I noticed the ringtone, and I told everybody, just hang on a second so I can talk to her, and I told her what was going on. I was okay, and kind of spread the word, and then everybody was calling my dad was calling everybody else, and there was phones all over, and then my phone died.
Oh, well, I know that you wanted to get the word out, and I'm glad that your girlfriend was able to, and I'm glad that you're okay. And I heard you say something also, Jeremiah, that that you're very blessed and very fortunate, and you're thinking of those. A truck can be replaced, but others are not nearly as fortunate, and I know you're thinking of them as we all are. Jeremiah, thank you so much.
Yes,
you take care of that limb and take care of yourself.
All righty, man. Thank you very much.
All right, be well.